Go ahead and push the table back a little bit.
Okay.
Get half on you, Josh.
All right. All right. So welcome to our meeting today. We've already said the prayer. So now we're going to talk about the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company. So Phil, could you give us a very brief synopsis of the case?
I forgot the guy's name, but he is opening up another Ritz-Carlton hotel, and it kind of gave a history of it and how this one dude was like a shepherd in Switzerland or something, and then he started working in a hotel and decided to start a hotel, and then after like all the world wars and the depression stuff, it kind of collapsed, and then some company bought it in the 80s, the Johnson Company, and brought it back to what it is today. And so it was talking about building another hotel and kind of what goes into it and the processes right before opening and all that jazz. So it was fun. And he had to decide whether he was going to change up the way they normally do things or kind of stick with what he knows, I think.
Cool.
I read it a long time ago.
Good job. That's exactly right. So, Stacia, what is the issue?
The issue is there's a lot of things that previous hotels have been doing, and so like Philip said, he's got to decide if they want to continue that. Like they had a lot of human resources, or they customized the hotels to the specific location, or how they did training, or how they recruited, like all these different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was right, because they were merging with the Millennium Partners, so like there was kind of like a power struggle between like McBride, who was over the Ritz-Carlton hotels, and then over the other guy, Collins, I think that's what it was. Like there was just kind of that power struggle because he was on what to do. Okay, so what is a competitive advantage, Josh?
I think a competitive advantage is something that you're going to be able to do better than your competitors. So for example, I was just in Swan Valley, so I think of like the square ice cream. If your square ice cream scoop is cooler than everyone else's square ice cream scoop, it's going to take time for those people to catch up. So somewhere where you already have kind of a specialty, someone else doesn't have that specialty, and so they're trying to play catch up while you're just dominating them until they catch up. And also, as they're catching up, you can also be progressing as well. So it's not just, they're not just trying to catch up to this like set point. They're always going to be kind of behind you trying to catch up.
Cool. That's exactly right. So, what's the Ritz-Carlton's competitive advantage then?
I would say that one of the things I remember one of the guys saying is that they build for like height and view and something else. And so when you go to like the Ritz-Carlton hotel, like they have the nicest location with the best views, but then like their employees are also top shelf. They're ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, I think is what it was.
Yeah, that was like the next point right there. Because like they were really priding themselves on their service, like that it was like top quality, and they really wanted to make sure that their employees understood that concept, and that's kind of why they made up the 7-day training so they could like teach their employees like what they needed to do in order to be ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. However, like back to Collins, who is the guy at Millennium Partners, like he kind of thought that wasn't enough time, and I kind of thought the same thing. Like, how can you teach like these like new people when you're opening a new hotel, like you're expecting them to be like perfect, and basically they only have 7 days to figure it out. So I said they should have made it longer. But
that's what I said too, because also I said that they should even bringing in different employees from different hotels and like helping them be examples, and then like that way that they could keep the same standard instead of, because that would be easier, making sure every hotel is keeping the same standard instead of boom, boom, here's a new one, good luck, like, by leading by example.
Isn't that what Noodles and Company did? They
Mhm.
bring people in from their other locations into the new locations so that people weren't like, okay, well, I guess we can do it this way here, because then those people with the experience are going to be like, no, it's done this way in the company. And then you can just transition those people out, and those people can then bring in the newest employees that you hire, and then they'll already have that like culture of how it should be.
Yeah, because they were just like, whenever they opened a hotel, they just like brought in like tons of new people. It didn't really,
It
it
was
didn't,
like 2,500 applicants or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't seem like they were even doing that. They weren't putting people from other hotels there. And so it was kind of a stressful experience.
I feel like it's like an
for those
overload of
people.
information.
Well, and they were interviewing people that they had already denied, which I'm like, great, equal opportunity, but I'm like, why are you wasting your time and resources by re-interviewing these people? And like, if they didn't pass the first time, they're probably not gonna pass the second time.
Well, and then they like expected them to be perfect. There was something in there that talked about how like the managers like had to be perfect.
Mhm.
It's like, I can't remember what it said, but it was like, period. You can't mess up, period. And I was just kind of like, oh crap, like someone's gonna mess up.
An example on Stacey's point, I get my hair cut at Great Clips, and I guess it's the manager that cuts my hair. I didn't know this, but we were talking about interviewing, like the interview process. She's like, yeah, when we opened, we had this one girl interview, and they're like, how many days of work have you missed in the last year? She's like, well, if I don't feel very good, I usually just call in sick and don't come in the next day. Or if I stay out really late and, drink a little too much, then sometimes I might not make it into work the next morning. And so the manager's thinking, okay. And ever since then, every time they hire, this girl continues to apply for Great Clips, but she never gets an interview because that first one just blew it. Yeah. Might be extreme, but
no, but they like remember too. That's the thing. Like you say something stupid, like they remember.
Right. Well, and I don't know. I just think it's a waste of time. Like, I think it's great that they're willing to like give everyone an opportunity, but I'm like, gotta cut the line.
Oh yeah. So
do you work hard now?
Yeah.
Still a loser.
Come back next time.
Good luck next time, buddy. It's kind of like America's Got Talent. Like, there's people that still come back that you're like, why are you coming
they
back?
just never leave.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Okay. All right. So we kind of talked about this already. Should McBride lengthen the amount of time spent training? Why or why not? So we kind of agreed that he should.
Yeah, I think so. At least double it. I mean, like 14 days is better than
Yeah, I said 21, I think, because I thought that was like a good amount of time.
I think, well, like even with Wells Fargo or other like big corporations, their training is over a month of training, and that's just like basic training, and everyone has to do it. Like, it's not, I don't know, it's not like a 7-day push, and then you're done. Because even like, didn't you feel, so I'm guessing you had orientation for your internships, right?
I actually didn't, but
You didn't?
Mine's,
Did you have orientation?
mine's 2 weeks. They'll fly me to Chicago for the first 2
That's
weeks.
awesome.
And then
That's pretty cool.
Did you have orientation?
No.
Oh,
I kind of just was thrown in there, and when I messed up, like they told me what I messed up on, I had to fix it.
like they gave us a day to learn the system and to refresh on everything, to learn business returns and like all these things.
That's really
And-
nice.
A day? Oh,
Well, that was
Thought
more
you were
than
being
that's longer
serious.
than what I had.
Yeah, that's true.
I
But
guess I'm
like,
lucky.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I was
2
like,
weeks posted up in Chicago, I'll probably be in a hotel room for half the
You'll
time.
get bored about this if you watch like tax videos.
Well, I won't be no tax. I'm just
Oh, that's
pure
right. Audit.
and
That's
so
fine.
anyways,
I love it.
long story short, that wasn't enough time. Cause yeah, that day I could remember what they were saying, but 2 weeks into tax season, I'm like, what? Like, so I don't know. I don't
Just
think
be-
7 days is enough to be perfect like they want.
But I also think like they're just gonna have to learn as they go too. So there needs to be kind of like a balance, because I kind of felt like that they focused so much on their 7-day training. It didn't really ever talk about like their training like as they were actually on the job. Like it didn't say they had like a supervisor that kind of made sure that these new people knew what they were doing, but they just held them to that high standard the whole time. Like you can't mess up, you can't mess up. Everyone here is perfect. You need to be perfect. So
Yeah,
they didn't
if
really
you're gonna-
continue
If you're
it.
gonna expect somebody to be perfect, train them longer, or if you're gonna train them that short, don't expect them to be perfect. I guess.
Yeah, like either lower your expectations or lengthen it. Cool. So what expectations do you think that customers will have, like, or guests will have as they come to this new hotel because of the brand?
Well, it's the Ritz-Carlton. I mean,
That's pretty high.
That's pretty high. That's probably why they expect them to be perfect, is because the guests expect everything to be perfect.
And I bet the kind of guests that walk into that hotel are pretty,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, when those people come into your restaurant and they're your table and you're just,
Yeah.
oh, excuse me, sir, I put too few ice cubes in your drink. Can you go put more in?
See, that's kind of what I thought too. It just seemed like that they were just attracting like the high end class, the higher up classes of people. And one of their concerns was how they were concerned that they weren't going to fill the hotel every night. And I just kind of was like, well, maybe you should. I know it's the Ritz-Carlton, but maybe you should lower your prices or something if you want to get
Hotels.com.
if you want to get more of those. If you want to get more people into your hotel, because like there needs to be a balance. with
That's a
that.
good idea. Yeah.
That's just a thought that I had, but I know they're not going to. But I just thought, well, might as well just
They
throw it out
probably
there.
would think that that would ruin their brand if you had like, I mean, we could probably walk in the clothes that we're in right now and they'd be like,
My
"We're gonna
in-laws.
figure those
Phil would be
people."
okay because he's all dressed up.
Yeah.
My in-laws have, well, it's my father-in-law's aunt, and he was a lawyer. Her husband was a lawyer for FedEx, and they live in Florida now, and they actually live in a Ritz-Carlton down there. And like you go into their basement garage, and like the least expensive car is like not under $100,000. They're like Ferraris and like Mercedes, and
They own one, you said?
no, they live in one.
Well, they live
They live in a Ritz-Carlton. It's like a condo.
like
that
a
they
condo.
live in.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were talking
Like
about.
the 80s.
Gotta go
floors.
to my appointment. But
Okay.
if you like
well,
what you see, like or subscribe.
We've only got one left.
I was just gonna say one last thing, but
What is it?
what can we apply from this?
Focus on training, highly important, and
Work hard.
yeah, work hard. And don't re-interview applicants. I think it's the dumbest.
Cool.
Okay, sorry.